Stargate, Captain's Log. Very slow start for me today. Must have pushed it a bit too far yesterday, and I don't know, kind of feel a bit sleepy too. Oh well, just have to soldier on. Now it's the 31st, so New Year's Eve. Very quiet this morning, apart from all the freaking sirens. It happens like that every year, because there's still a lot of kerosene heaters that are being used, and I've seen like houses up in flames and all kinds of stuff. I hope it's got nothing to do with my warehouse and that big thunderbolt. Shit. Anyways, oh, there's the firefighters doing their thing right now. See, they're training all the time, like serious training they do. Anyways, yeah, this morning, yeah, I was just like woken up to all kinds of sirens going off around here and blah blahs, and I just know that a lot of houses at this time, like people get pretty loaded at this time of year. It's kind of the silly season. Most things shut down, and there's another one. Yeah, what can you? That's going up on the big monstrosity. Yeah, see, another one. And so what happens is people get loaded and they leave their kerosene heaters on and they bump them over or whatever, and they'll find that not a good situation. And it's real quiet. But tomorrow morning it's going to be crazy quiet. But me and the tunny fella and I, we're going to go to this market or a festival or whatever it is. I'm not really certain. And actually there's a rig going that way. I hope they're not going to the warehouse. Closed it all up. It had very little in the way of coals going on, but they did hugely kick up with wind during the night, so I figure that might have something to do with, like, people's windows might be open to expel the kerosene gases or whatever, and you know, that sort of made a difference, or it happens a lot. I always try to give people a lot of space here, because coming out of here sucks, and sometimes you get all kinds of, they had to paint it all green and basically say, hey, you know, keep this free. Anyways, no one cares about that story. Alright, so I've got a few things that I need to send, but everything's just closed apart from the fire station. Yeah, silly season. Right, on the morrow I've got something going on, something very rare you don't see. A caravan being towed. Check that out on a unit. You see that all the time in Aussie land. Very rare in Japan. I kind of say, if you're turning right, for instance, in that situation and a car's coming, you know, Australians always know, oh, there could be a trailer on the back there, but the trailers are really rare, very, very rare. But you got to look out for that sort of shit. Just instinctually, as you learn that or whatever, instinctually. Anyways, we're running on empty again, so we better go and put some juice in this rig. I'm going to go and have a look if this hardware store's open, possibly. The juice stand's open, so that's good. And fuck, I was busy yesterday. Yesterday morning when I was on the scoop. And right, let's get this done. There's another reason why I hate this fucking reliance on computers and shit. I've done it before. I told myself, like, if I stick $50, right, in the computery thing, and I get $20 worth of juice, and I managed to forget grabbing the change again, and so this time at least I realise. And another time I did that one other time about a few years ago, so I grabbed $20 worth, but I put $50 in, and I'm like, fuck. And but they had actually realised that, and one of the blokes, I mentioned it to one of the chaps, Okane Otsuri Wasaleta, money, change, forget. Yeah, how's that for grammar? Anyways, and one of the chaps called up on these thingy wingy. One of the chaps just there called up, and he said, "Hi," Sansen and Disseminating. お客様来た、お客様来た、3000円ですね、means 3,000 yen, right? And shit, raining again, man. And the bloke said, お客様、customer 来た、来たよ、something like that, came, explaining that the customer has come back. And so they sorted that out ASAP. If only I had a frickin' recollection, like, immediately that I've done that. Fucking hate putting 5,000 yen, a 5,000 yen or an ichiman, for example, which I rarely have, in those fucking machines, because my mind is so... I've got so much shit going on. I'm not thinking about shit like that. I'm not thinking about what a computer thinks, you know? Thinking about all this fucking stuff. It's true. And so it's rare to be able to drop all that and just focus on the task at hand, which is really where I need to be. But god damn, so much fucking stuff. And on top of all that, well, I was up till 2 o'clock in the morning last night. I mean, I've got my shit, right? And then there's the worldly shit. I like to keep on top of what's going on. Last night I was listening to a bunch of people on Rumble and Red Ice TV, and they were doing a recap of 2023 and just all the fucking shit that's going on in the world. And some other people I was watching sort of what their expectations for 2024 and just how fucking lunacy everything is. And yeah, it's, and other people too, like a few people on YouTube that I'm surprised are still on YouTube, so that's kind of, who knows. Oh man, and you know, a lot of that, I don't know, had a few beers last night too, so I'm not fully on my game, so I think the mind was like, hey, get up and take a piss, and I'm like, no, get up and take a piss, no. So in that event, you don't really sleep as sound as you should, but I'll be alright. But yeah, I don't think I only had like a litre of beer, but you know, it was enough. So yeah, I don't think I sort of totally on my game, but you know, I've got the only real things I've got to do today is just continue on. I want to put in 5 hours of those vases and stuff like that, and then but in between that, there's a chap coming around. He wants to look at the Tunny fella's air compressor that I got going, and so I'm gonna meet him at 1. And yeah, you know, just shit like this happens, and then you're fucking just wasting your fucking time. And anyways, after that, I've got to load the rig up, which will take a few hours. Surprisingly, because it's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle, it's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle to make that happen. So but right now I want to go to this hardware store, and hopefully it's open. Might be, might not, and because it is the silly season, I presume on the morrow at least it certainly won't be open, and the day after I presume not. Tomorrow all's quiet, on New Year's Day. It's a very eerie feeling, like in the silly season, people are going rushing everywhere and all that shit. And they're doing a roaring trade right here now. I went past there on the scoot yesterday, and all this smoke's coming off the grills of these small shoppy poos that they make up. And some yummo stuff seemed to be on the grill. Anyways, let's get back to it. Right, so yeah, I want to go to this hardware store and have a look to see if I can find some meshing material, if that's possible. And maybe some rivets, or maybe some large self-tappers and a few things like that, and sort of just progressively move towards getting that thunderbox to the point where I want it to be. So that's cool. Yeah, so just got, and that I've got a whole shit ton of shit that needs to be done too. You gotta be so prepared. Actually, a guy was saying on the net today that you know, they moved away from the 9 to 5 kind of thing. They moved away from having a boss and became their own bosses, and he said that's really what you got to do nowadays, and it's really what you got to do. Yeah, they're doing a roaring trade right there. Yeah, that's really what you got to do if you can move away from, you know, that and as he was saying, you know, you got to put in a lot of work. There's a lot more work, but it's a lot more rewarding, sort of thing. So yeah, not in my case, it's a lot more work, and it just fucking drives you mad. But hey, have fun every now and again. That kind of sent me a bit off kilter just there. It doesn't take much these days, because, you know, the stress load that I've suffered over the course of it doesn't take much to just put me off, you know. But fuck it, try to get back in line, and in the thinking what I need to do, and just keep moving forward and try to experience all kinds of cool shit in this life. Yeah. It seems like to me everyone's in rush around mode over there with the holiday supermarket. I don't shop there, shit, too expensive, but everyone over there, they seem to be rushing around trying to get their meals, food for the next 3 days, and I kind of fuck that up all the time. But last night I did get enough, and those terror cats came around again, and they ripped my door off, and I will not rip it off, but rip it open. And then the wind came last night, and really seriously, and it keeps rattling around, and the first thing in the morning, like, we know you're in there, fucking give us some food, you. Oh shit. I've created a nightmare. You know, it kind of makes me laugh. I know what it's like to go hungry, so I kind of fear for them. You know, the other day I put this bread here because it's a little bit mouldy. I'm like, shit, Crowy and his mate's going to be rapped about that. That's supposed to be their Christmas present, but anyways, a little bit of mouldy bread, shit, that's nice of me. Bringing this along, this hot plate. I've got some, the water's not perfect there, so I've got some water there, and got this yummo ramen. You know, at hardware stores you can get ramen. This is yummo stuff. The stuff we generally can get in the West is just fucking shit. This stuff's yummo, so I'm gonna have just some ramen. That's what I need. Those plastic bags. Yeah. Forgot all about that. Yeah, so I'm gonna have some yummo ramen later today. Righto. Now, let's go. Oh, that thing didn't do the bloody job. It could have, would have, should have, but the plugging of that piping is way further than even that thing. So, what a nightmare. I keep pouring this Drano stuff down the thing, hoping that'll fix it. Problems, mate. Just fucking problems every fucking day. Problems. I'm looking at some pipes over there for the Thunderbox number 2, so it's a work in progress. I wish I could connect up some flanges or something. God, that weather's coming in where it's real shit. We're not going to get inside. I know. I was just floating around, seeing if I could find anything. This stuff looks alright. This place look alright. We'll tell the government it's a sacred site. Yeah, fucking easy, alright. Yeah. That stuff looks good. What is that? A meter is like $50. But what do we got down here? Quite interesting indeed. Had to go all key eye on that one. It's not bad because I wanted to have sort of make some kind of double system where you've got meshing for the airflow and then meshing for just in case stuff spits out. So we're onto something here. Oh, this is even. It's not a bad price. Hey, look at this. This place look alright. We'll tell the... Oh, you already said that. So it's 45 centimetres of that for $7. We might be onto something here. Now, I think I might have to talk to him and get that snipped off. Right. No one gives a shit about the story of my existence. Wow. Very pleased about that. You get a whole meter of this stuff for $7. Good. Okay, things are coming along. It's just the pipe situation is kind of shit. Now, fasteners. We're looking for pot rivets and or self-tappers and maybe some fasteners to plonk through this stuff, which I may already have. Right. I was even thinking maybe some type of Dynabolty type of gizmo might even do the job too, but anyway, need to drill 9mm I think. I want something that's a bit smaller. If only they made them smaller. But there's many different options. Well, considering I've already drilled 5mm holes, these are 6mm stainless steel self-tappers, and it's even more expensive than that stuff. Well, something like that would be bloody great though. That would do the job. Yeah, I wonder if they'll go through both of them. I might have to drill out the bracket and then clearance the bracket and then whack these in. I mean, to do the trick. 3 spots. But they're expensive. If only I could find some that were cheaper. Oh, there we go. We're getting there. Hey, I don't just plod around. I eventually get shit done. By Jove, I tell you, it's windy. Shit. I can feel like I'm being kicked over this way. The wind surfers will have me having a field day today, won't they? Yeah. So I think that if this keeps up, you know, I've never bothered to check the windages. But yeah, if this keeps up, because down that way in where it's near the Karatsu market and down that way, by Buddha, does it get windy. So I'm going to have to strategize on this one as to what kind of stuff to take. So yeah, That's another factor I've got to start thinking about too. I don't like thinking, thunking ain't my thing, mate. Shit, I just want to eternally sleep and then not give a fuck. That's what I want to do. But in the meantime, I've got myself some 6mm self-tappers, and I generally don't use self-tappers, but I don't want to oil up my arm and try to shove it into that thunderbox, only to find that I have to get some mates to come around and then cut me out of it, only to find that the bloody phone's too far away, so I've got to drag the thunderbox to the phone, only to find that the reception's shit house in the warehouse, and therefore I'm stuck with the thunderbox on my arm. That'll be a good look. Yeah. So self-tappers we will, which means I have to drill clearance on the bloody. Yeah, this bloke's got a nice little setup here, doesn't he? He had a bunch of his Harley mates around having a barbecue there the other day. God, that's freaking windy. Check this out. Woo, woo. Shit. All this shit rolling around everywhere. Like it's not tornado stuff, but bloody windy enough. Yes, I'll definitely strategise for stuff to take. I'm wrapped about that mesh there, because I looked at this mesh thing that had about that much, and it was a finer mesh, and it was like $30. I'm like, what? And then I looked at that and I said, oh, how much do you get for $7? He said, each meter, 1 meter. I'm like, cool. And I'm like, you blokes open tomorrow? He's like, nah, I didn't think so, you know. And I said, itsu akimasu. And he said, oh, we'll be open on the 2nd, but we open at 10, which generally they open at like 6:30 in the morning or something in summer, and winter time it's 8:30, I think. But yeah, they so that's alright. So some places are open, some shut down for like 5 days or some shit, and you know, it's all over the show. In fact, I was looking at those. This is how all over the show it is. These are 6mm self-tappers were $6.40, 38, 28 or something. $6.28, and the shorter ones of 6mm were $6.40. You know, like, I'm looking at them going, hang on, how does that work? You get more material. I don't know. It's hodgepodge. That's what it is. Yeah, it's just a micro example of how hodgepodgey everything is. Anyways, the tunny fella should be there by now, and I'll continue on. I just gotta cruise through the day and just get shit done. That's all I'm gonna do. Starting to wonder if I put in a few hours of Thunderbox number 2 and sort of did a test for air and stuff, but shit's blowing around bloody everywhere. I'm wondering, might not be a good idea to open the sliding door. Even in this well protected area of hills and valleys and shit and mountains up there, it's still very blowy. There's kind of like, I call it the windy season. You know, Japan's got the humid season, you know, and then the bloody rainy season, and then the frickin' crazy cold season. Rice field of contemplation down there. I think I'm still just starting to wake up. Right. And then yeah, the windy season's a real thing. Yeah. It is. Oh, I wouldn't mind. How about that? I'll rip off one of those big solar panels right there too. That's at 2 o'clock in the morning job. Right. Yeah, most of these people will be closed for the duration, but I'm not. Nah. I'm not going out tonight. Nah, not going into town. Not going to spasticate myself and get oh, look at all the wood that bloke's got. That was a 2 o'clock in the morning job right there. Isn't it beautiful there, huh? What a lovely scene. Here's where we're lousing. Right, so no, I'm not doing any of that shit. I'm not interested. Just I've had enough of all that bullshit. Waking up in the drunk tank. Oh, those days are over. I'm doing other shit. I'm building the. I'm going to show you just how fucking awesome. No, I'll show you a mediocre amount of just how fucking awesome I can be. How about that? Sometimes in crazy weather like this, the crows all gather. They have like a national meeting or something. I saw a few go that way. I don't know if that's Crowy and his mate. We'll see if they're their New Year's Day present. All this bread. They're gonna be happy about this if they find it. Oh shit. Okay. Alright, that one made it just. Yeah. Shit. There's that's a mountain hawk. He's decided to come and have a look, I reckon. Ooh. Yeah, I doubt that Crowy and his mates are around. They've probably gone to the national meeting. I showed it on. I've been whirling around it. I showed it on a video one time years ago. Wasn't that far over there, and there's hundreds of crows, hundreds of them all whisking around in this kind of weirdo weather. Weirdo weather. Where did that come from? Tunny fella ain't here. That's hot. Alright, he might have come and gone. Alright, let's get some shit done. Now, the secret to cooking Japanese supermarket bought ramen. What you do is, it's very, very difficult, so you might want to, rewind this video over and over and over again, just to kind of make sure you get it right, because this one here, you're talking about 90 US cents. Alright, that's how much this would cost. Now, what you do is, you get this tab here, and you open it up. About halfway would be good. I usually use two hands here. Now, if you've got a source of heat, you could, there's a source of heat, you could heat up water, and then, this is the very important part. See these sachets here? There's 1, 2, 3. Now if you don't get the 1, 2, 3, but you might have to go back because if you're not good at math and shit like that, because they don't teach math anymore in the West. Now right now, this is the important part. You got to open these things and stick them in there. Alright, I'm going to do a different process, but I'll just teach you this way first of all. What I should have done is put that down on something cleaner. Anyways, let's try that again. You take these things out, and here's your heat source or something, and you heat up water. Alright? Hey, Crowley's here. Crowley, oh, that could have been that mountain hawk. Oh, there's Crowley. Crowley's probably on the roof already, tearing them up. Yeah, there was 4. There's 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 slices of bread up there. Now, let's get back to this. You might have to rewind and go over the process again. Very difficult for cooking supermarket bought ramen. This is not the kind of ramen that people spend 10 years learning. This is supermarket bought. Now, you take these 3 things out. If you need to go through the process again when I pull them out, just do so. You open these things, and then you pour hot water. You stick. Oh, see, I've nearly messed it up myself. Yes. Then you stick this stuff back in. Right. without the packaging. Let me just open these up and I'll give you an example. Okay, the next step, very difficult. Now I've opened all the packagings and then I've stuck all that stuff in there. Then you get your hot water from however way you're making it. I'm going to do something different here, but there is water in there. There's water in there. Now, then you pour hot water in here until it's up to about that much over your ramen-y stuff. And then you close this. This thing here actually says 3 minutes. Wait, so you wait 3 minutes. Now, sometimes this might just pop up again. See, this is very difficult stuff. You need to be a freaking engineer to work this out. Now, but sometimes I put something on it, like some chopsticks or something, or just something with a bit of weight in it to hold it down. And then you wait 3 minutes. And then you get your chopsticks. I think the gods have actually got a pair of chopsticks. There's probably some in the rig. Found some. Now, and then clean them up. After 3 minutes, now you don't have to do all exactings of the minutaries, but a little bit over 3 minutes is okay. 10 minutes, whatever. Now, then you open it up. Chloe's back. And stir. Yes, and then the final process, you stick it in your guts. Now you might have to go back and do the whole video again. I'm going to do something different actually. My, it's really blowing a gale out there, isn't it? Anyways, my process of what I'm actually going to do today is chuck it all in there. Yes. So that's how you make store-bought. This is yummy stuff. This. Yeah, the ramen you can get in this land is such a variety, right? So much better than what you get in the West. I like the stuff you get in the West. Alright, here comes Crowley again. Trying to whistle. God damn. Can't get any whistling going. Two slices up there. Ready to rock and roll. Yeah. That's his, supposed to be their Christmas present, but there's 4 slices with a little bit of mould on them, but they'll be alright. Usually hops up there, but it's so freaking windy there at the show. They were able to pick up a slice. It's strong birds, he's blowing it. There's Crowley. Crowley's mate. Is it Crowley? Crowley's mate? That's Crowley and that's Crowley's mate. No, that's Crowley. I can hear him. Yeah, that's Crowley and that's Crowley's mate. Look, they're all over the show. It's so freaking windy. I mean, here, it's surrounded by, on all sides, pretty much. Well, over there it's quite open. They'll be back. So, there he is. So you don't get a whole lot of windage here, compared to like some flatter areas. Okay, now, let's see if I can chuck that, or dump all that in there. Oh, I can see the bit of steam coming up now. Nice. Alright, chuck it all in there. Actually, the reason why I'm doing it this way, because I've got 2 of them, different types, but I'm thinking of making up a bit of a ramen broth. So I'll let that do its thing. I do have a lid. I could sort of make that happen, whatever. But yeah, just this stuff from Japanese supermarkets. There's so many different types. Sometimes it's like Russian roulette, especially with like the rice bowl triangle-y things. That's Russian roulette for sure. Alright, now stop, no more jokes. All jokes aside, let's get some work done. seem to be on dawdle mode this very day. Actually, there it is, look at that. You know, there's a beautiful movie called The Ramen Girl. And, some people panned the film, but I know it's bloody beautiful. So we used to go to this ramen shop, this old bloke, and just a riot of a time. Like, we might be in town, like, right, you know, 2 o'clock in the morning, right, let's go to Kenjo. Yeah, good times, man, good times. Sad that the lead character, Brittany Murphy, she, I'm just guessing, sorry, but it might have been drugs, you know. She died at a young age, and what was it, like age about 27, 28, something like that. And yeah, the mashing up 2 different cultures and injecting the ramen life. They did a wonderful job. I mean, to try to make that film work, you know, put it all together. It's a beautiful film. You should see it. If you haven't seen it, see it. Anyways, what am I going to do? First I've got to check the Tunny fella's compressor. Right. Right, a case of figuring it out as we go along. Okay, so I'm thinking, in this case I'm going to have to buy some hinges, I reckon. Making this as a door. Alright, and then shit, you go through these bloody cutting wheels on this stuff. Well, that took one brand new cutting wheel to sort that out. So in this I'll have mesh here. Right. And I'll utilize this as a door in order to shut down Thunderbox number 2. This is coming along, but it's just sort of bit by bit. Now, that should be enough airflow and low enough, I would say. And if it's not, we can always make one there too. Alright, this bastard. It could be just the exhaust itself, because the minimum they use is like 106 mil or something, and I'm running, what was that, 60 mil, I think. Something like that, 57 or some shit. Can't remember. Now, but we're getting there. That sounds like the Tunny fella has just arrived. Better go tell him I pinched his compressor. There's a bloke that's keen on that. So, yeah, there it is. Right on. I think you'd be pleased to know there's a chap that's keen on that, because we got it going. It wasn't working for a while there, and it wasn't holding pressure. It was just that on the bottom of it, we got this valve that you open up to let out moisture, or else they can, hey, Tony fella, they can get a lot of rusting inside. They can even explode, apparently. So I just locked it up and go, oh, well, there you go. Messed around with the, lubed up a few things, and off we went. Right on, that's a bit of a score. The meshing doors at the back there are all left up, and due to the mosquitoes, I don't like opening those things up. If I can get one to work okay, if it's not the right size, I think they're a standard anyways, but if it's not, that's all wonky anyways. I'll take this stuff out and right, rock and roll. See, dawdling along, getting things done. That's not a good spot to put that. Always some dawdle. We're down. It's about 20 mil too long. I mean, it's so close. This little wheel thingy here is on a spring system. And it's so close, you know. I just lopped off 20mm, but sort of won't really work. And it doesn't go with the colour coding. So what I'm going to do, yeah, I don't want to dick around with it. So what I'm going to do is just take all this stuff out and then replace that in the summertime for the mosquitoes. That's a good plan. He said, yeah, I only need a couple for over there, and so you take this one, and then I'll give him the metal back because he does a lot of scrapping. Yeah, good work. Found my little screwdriver. Crowley's up there going, oi, give us some more of that tasty bread. Oh, he's just gone. This must be telling his mate, oh, he walked inside again. I'm like, I'm over here doing this. I'm like, can't you see I'm a bit, you know, busy? He's like, yeah, just, and he keeps going, rah, rah. Chanting like me, you know. He's like, and I'm like, no, seriously, I'm really busy. He's like, okay. He's like, right. That's his favourite pole up there. You know, he's shot through for a while. Well, I'm pleased with the way that's all designed. Yes, I'd go a bit more overhang here if it was all dependent upon the weather. It's supposed to improve. Right. That was a bastard of a job. Yeah, that bloke came around anyways. Bought the Tunny fella's air compressor, and Tunny fella said, oh, yeah, if you do so, that can go Harvey's on it, because I got it going. Didn't take me long to get that thing going, I can tell you. From memory, I think it was just underneath the compressors. You got this valve, and you just to let out the moisture, and because they can rust inside, and then they can even like wear out and explode in real critical cases. And I just went, and it was running a strange kind of, it wouldn't hold its pressure, and I just went, knocked that up, and okay. And I think it was that one, can't remember. Moved a bunch of stuff. I might take that thing just for safety precautionarians. What was that, mate? Clean up a bit. Yes, safety precautionarians. Should I take that rope too, just in case we need to help some people or some shit? Yeah. It's other people at the market might need more kit. Oh, I might need more kit. Okay, well, shit, I'm shocked that it's like, see, that bloke came around at 1, and it's 2:55, I think I checked, so, yeah, like that didn't take that long after all. It's like, must have taken me, go there, must have taken me, he was here a good half hour, so, yeah, what are we talking there? I guess that'd be about right. So, yeah, I guess roughly an hour and a half kind of thing. Yeah, no, probably a bit less than that. Probably just shy of over an hour. Just shy of over. Right. Yeah. What else do we need? Do we need jumper cables? Yeah, better take those. You never know what you need on the road. Wear the road, Bubbles. Wear the road. Did I read that right that fucking time? Because it felt like I've been at it for freaking, yeah, nigh on 3. I want to tuck back into this now. I've only had a slight amount of that. Right, let's get that going again. Heat you up. Didn't even look into that one. In fact, I should get a collection of dry food here and go a bit more realistic in the whole doomsday prepper thing. Yes. Okay. I noticed on the YouTubies there, you know, all those antagonists, they're talking about, one's talking about the Chinese military and this, that, and it's always China, 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 China. And I'm like, well, how about you just be nice to them, and then we won't have to worry about all that. But no, that's their grift. They want to attack, attack, attack. Hate, hate, hate. Fight, fight, fight. All that bullshit. And then it's like they hit you with an advertisement. Well, no, something really interesting. The last couple of months, I've had to let's say they shut down my ability to utilise a thing that gets rid of those things that you don't, that are an annoyance, right? And the particular one that I was using wasn't working anymore. I remember Henrik on Red Ice, he said, oh, if only we could find a way to get around that, and there's another one out. And I went, oh, I'll pop that on the extensiony winchinies, and boom, no more of that bullshit for now. I mean, I get it. People need to make dough. I get it. And the thing is, I don't make a dime. I wouldn't ever be monetized anyways. Just not worry about that and chuck that in the tunny fellas metal section. I don't make a dime and I wouldn't be monetized anyways. I don't have 1,000 subscribers, but they wouldn't want to monetize people like me anyways, right? So we all know why. Anyways, not just me, like 1,000. Truth. Anyways, I get it, you know, and people need to make dough and all that sort of stuff, of course. And it's like, if I don't make a freaking dime, why the hell should I be watching these stupid regional, God, they're fuck, it was like Japanese television. If you took away all that, you're like, I never realized this game was so boring. Homer Simpson. Yeah, so if you walk in, if you walk into a pachinko, it's all, if you took away all the, and all the microphones going, all this fucking sound and rah-rah, you took that away and be like, I never realised this was not exactly entertainment. Hey, here go, my pockets are empty, yeah. Anyways, that bloke, yeah, good bloke. He knew what that mystery tool was, and he showed me a list of things. He goes, hey, you still got that? And I go, yeah, it's around here somewhere. It was actually in this pile. And I said to him, you know, I think it might be a valve remover. Is that right? And he said, yeah, that's right. So this bloke's a mechanic, and so at first I thought it might have been a bearing puller for some obscure thing. And then I was like, no, I reckon I might have seen them before. And they push valve stems in, and then they take out these little tapered clips or something like that. I've never done it. And then they can take the top off, and then the valve spring or some shit like that. He said, yeah, that's right. And I said in Japanese, this might be an expensive thing, eh? He goes, and I'm like, don't worry, I'm not going to try and ask for more. I flogged it off a sweet FA. But he also grabbed one of these. That's in the back of the rig. One of these, and the Tunny fella's compressor. He grabbed that, and we gave him something for $5, I think, something like that. So, yeah, good bloke. I like him. He said, he's he's involved with these Harley blokes, I think. And I said, are that you, the guys that had the barbecue yesterday? He goes, no, well, that's not us. And then we talked about some other people. That wasn't them. But I think everyone sort of, in the mechanic world, they all know each other anyways, don't they? So, right. maybe I can get back into doing some of this shit. I wouldn't mind. No, I'll play with that for another hour and then I'll play with this. Yes, I'm gonna wash up and get a bit more, get a bit of food into me. Right, things are kind of going okay. But the tunny fella said, you know, I don't know about this, I don't know, market festival or whatever, I still don't know what it is. And he goes, the actual ground itself, it's not bitumen, it's just ground. I'm like, oh great, you know. And he said, I don't even know how many people are going to turn. I don't know, it might be good, might be bad. And he said, ooh, might go home going, ooh. So he doesn't know if he's going to pay the fees for the second day. So we kind of suggested it's best we just scope it out first and not bring a bunch of stuff. And dickhead me goes, oh bugger it, I'll just load it up. You know, hope for the best. Oh god. And anyway, you want to slice it. This and that and blah blah. And oh shit, my back. Perfect reason to jump on this right now. Yeah. This is freaking awesome. Tighten that up. Yeah, I'll give that another go because I felt it just go. Oh, that's good. I felt it go and just back into place. Nice. And you got this little, so you don't just hop off it because they've come up with this idea. You got, see, there's little ledges here that you can step on so you don't just sort of stretch and then pop off. Very nice unit, this bit on the rickety side because I've got it so high. Alas, it does its job. It's starting to make me think that maybe there was supposed to be something in there. You lock it here and lock it there too. Or is that to secure it against the wall? Oh, no, I'm going to give it another go. He's back again. He's like, hey, I've noticed that you've finished your thing over there, so, and you haven't given us any more bread. I'm like, mate, I don't have any more bread. Seriously, where's your mate? Let me go do crow stuff. On another job now. Like birds. Like creatures. Right, now, I should lay that flat. So that means, because if I try to measure 200 on the curvature, and if you think of the curvature of the earth, but it's flat, according to Santos Bonacci. But according to Kelsey, from 7.4 gear, and he flies a lot, being a pilot. And he says, nah. Right, okay, let's move some shit and lay this flat. And I had a brainwave. I think instead of cutting it that way, cut it that way, because that's more benty that way, and that'll do the curvature-y thing. Right, now what I want to do is utilize that piece as a door in order to shut it down, extenuate it, extend it, so I want to, you know, take all the air away so it'll stop. Now, what I'm thinking is putting this in here. So first I'll bang it on this side, and then extrapolate, radiate. Anyway, and I was thinking, I'd like to get some more of this stuff. And there's actually some other stuff, more expensive, but it's more finer, squarey waries. Now, I was thinking, shit man, if I didn't find this so necessary, I reckon that'd be, I could repurpose this with that wetty and sort of have a secondary shield for sparky walkies. Yeah, that sounds like genius level stuff. So, and it's light and you can move it easily, and I'll keep that thought in mind. I've probably already forgotten it. Hang on, no, I haven't taken 3 steps. X used to say he's like a bird. Takes 3 steps and forgets. Oh, shit, that's 3. Oh, fuck. What was I talking about again? I don't know. Right, let's do this. Yeah, so I've had these self-tappers for many years. I said that I don't like them, but I think it's because I just haven't got any experience with them. Or very, very minimal. I'm going to put my centre punch. Yeah, that one. Right. So, shit, I told myself I was going to move this skateboard. Fucking skateboard. Now, I reckon, see, it's starting to cool down. I keep talking. Why don't I get it done and get a blazer going before I freeze to death? Good idea. Now, there's a humper-dumper. Good. Oh, they're straight. Not. Now, to do or not to do? That is the question. All these self-tapper things, I know I get what self-tap means, but would I need, I have to find out, plot flow, drill a pilot, see, probably light sheet metal, you just go zip, right, in cars and shit like that, but this stuff, that's just kind of tough. Oh, shut up and just keep going. A bloody cold breeze coming. It's all shit out there. Yeah. I'll take a break again. We'll get there. Nice. Okay, she went in like a breeze. I drilled a 2mm. It's a 2mm pilot for this thing. So that went in like a breeze. So, like a prayer. Oh, did you shut up? So that door, depending upon where these are, right, I'll have to think about where I'm going to put the hinges, right, hinges, the whinge and hinges, right, so I'll go there, with one of these dealies, and then there, and then, right, so I want to extrapolate, I want to put this on the inside. On the inside, the sun's... Oh, shit. Now, the evolutionary purpose of this madness is for locationary purposes only. Due to not wanting to utilise those going the other way. Or going that way when that's inside. But, alas, that's why Brain said, no! That's why we found these things earlier today. And these. That was the idea. So, also to play with these the self-tappery things. Now, alright, so we can locate this bloody thing, and that will go eventually on the inside and lock that up. Yeah, no one gives a shit about this story. 500, bloody 480 something loyal Ronin, and no one even comments. Maybe the numbers are fudgy-wudgied. Sun Tzu and the Art of Learning. No bloody sun, and I ain't learning shit here. Aha! So, it is, however, quite possible, and not too difficult, to utilise just those dealies. It's probably about 50% easier to just use those dealies. And now that I've got it sort of set up. And I don't have to drill the things. Good, these things are freaking rad. I like them. Yes. The evolution of Thunderbox number 2. Yeah, I bloody like those things so much that I don't even know if I want to go with that other idea I had. And just sort of, I don't know, make some kind of bizzo here. I haven't done that so much because of the curvature of the freaking earth. That's why. Aha! I see. So it would be better off inside, now, wouldn't it? But I like this. And you just bung on a bit more sheet metal like that, and not sure just yet. Want to test it. The original idea seemed pretty cool. I don't know. I'd just like to take this moment to thank Janice in inventory. I was looking over and I was counting. I was thinking, oh shit, I need 1, 2, 3, 4. And I look over there, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I only need 1, 2 now. Granted, they're the same and they're not, but that's okay, Janice, because we're getting the job done. And I kind of like it, and that way we can put a legitimate looking door on this thing. Yeah, see, I didn't even check to see how many of these screws I need. I just figured we'll just wing it. I think the gods have helped me out here in the hope that I'll end up having a catastrophic failure, because they like to get stuck into me. They actually have been real nice to me, so I'm like, oh yeah, so you want me to accidentally burn the whole fucking place down, don't you? See, I'm on top of them. Now, anyways, for now, yeah, we can definitely thank Janice and the girls in accounts payable and receiving, whatever it might be. And so, I had an old girlfriend of mine, she was in accounts payable. That's the only reason why I know those words. Alright, get back to it. See, being the great artist that I am. Ow! Alright, bullshit artist. I like the aesthetics of it, and I think that is the correct thing. It took bloody long enough to sort of do that, and I'm gonna fire it up and see if there's any improvements, and then I can make a legitimate door that's sort of kind of good. I like that. Yeah, and that this is kind of fun, man. All right. Stop. Or whatever. Coffee time, and I don't have any coffee. Yeah. Oops. No coffee. Okay. Continue. Well, when I close that this time, it didn't just go out immediately. So it's basically just a test for now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ow. Quite a bit of smoke and flame and shit coming out of here. But it didn't immediately, every time I would close that, it would just go out immediately. And now it ain't, even with that closed. Yeah, so just keep reviewing this. Right on, so I'm not getting much in the way of sort of smoke trying to get through there and what have you. Getting some decent warmth smoky poos out of there now. So, starting to feel more confident about the entire project. Yes, minimal smoky poos, like that's a bit open there, but definitely positioning of the air intake has made a tremendous impact. Okay, and that got quite warm just then. Yep, that's what I might imagine, but last night it was actually just put your hand here and you didn't feel warmth at all, but it's definitely drafting up now and not sort of circulating. And so just a test for today. I don't want to, I'd rather exhaust everything way out that way than straight up to there if it's going to throw hot gases. And strangely enough, it wasn't. Yesterday was firing out here and smoking in and out, inhalations and exhalations, and I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyways, I've got some faith in it now. Once upon a time, I get this sorted out, but I believe it will fucking work. Even if there's like 10% or 20% smoky poos like getting out of there, or I can start dealing with that. Getting some of that, what's it called, fiberglass rope sort of shit. And I looked in here, that's going to sit up real nice there. And that way I can extinguish the fire quite quickly by shutting off its air intake by a vast amount. Yes, I know what I'm talking about. Oh, that's the 5 o'clock song. You're getting there. I was running around trying to find those bloody things. I had them sitting there all day, and I happened to take them over there for 1 minute, and then fuck, what the fuck? Tools, mate, tools. You need to know exactly where your tools are. Fucking tools. Yeah, that's the 5 o'clock song. Rock and roll. Yeah, today has been quite good. Just checking to see if this battery is the one I used earlier. Oh, I don't even know if I've used this one. Right, keep that back in there. Anyways, your mission, should you accept it, is to ascertain as to whether I had to cut a chunk out of there and that one ages ago. To ascertain as to whether a slice in here, I've found my center line, it's marked there. So later on I plan to put it here, but first of all, initially I want to slice into here and to see if that'll belt into there. I reckon it could. Let's find out, shall we? So now I'm thinking maybe 2 slices. Yes, give that a go. I had this little piece laying about, and I figured I could try to sort of deform it a bit, and then I came up with this sort of thinking, you know what, if I could take that out and maybe knock this in there, and then screw that in there, and then still utilise it, getting there. Yeah, definitely did want to go. Good idea, I don't want to bash it too much with this humper dumper until, good idea if you're bashing against threads, you know, whack a flat board. But yeah, I reckon this is a go. So I definitely could go for 4 slits, and definitely can go into a very solid position. That way I can shit, I could even go for a weld, or we'll just initially try this stuff. Maybe some of that JB Weld stuff that I found. I think I still got some of that. I don't know if it's all gummed up or whatever. Or, you know, that exhaust weld stuff. I know that I put it somewhere. Yeah, that might be an easier. It's typical. I put it somewhere in a sort of spot where it relates to something else. As I checked out the Bearded Mechanics video on the tools in his workshop and the vital tools you might need to do certain jobs, and it's just radical. And he goes, "Don't worry, I've been collecting tools for 30 years, you know." That's where he's got them all. That dude's rad. Alright, right, so now there must be a bit of thinking here, because if that's my centre line and that changes, this was just a test piece regionaries, so that would, I've got to figure that out. How far is that going to go under there? And then we can reassess where we're going there, yeah. Yeah, now I'm trying to figure out where to cut for the center line and all that, and then I picked that up again. I go, oh, hang on, there, yeah, because that was able to go over there as a press fit, and then I can knock it back. That's not bad. That's pretty bloody good, actually. Yes, see? Generally, I'd be fixing to go. I'll be already drunk and before going out on a New Year's Eve, and just, you know, just turn into a total Shakespearean comedic tragedy. Yeah. So well, I don't want to do that anymore. I just don't. You know, some dudes like, hey, let's have a beer, you know, and just, I ain't going, because I have a beer and then I'll fuck up tomorrow's market opportunity. We don't know if it's going to be good or bad. And some other thing next video. It'll end up as a 3-week nonsense drunkenness, and I'll end up in the fetal position, shaking everywhere and then spewing up all over myself. Or getting released from jail. You can go now. You know, fuck all that. I'm having fun doing this shit. Junkyard, you know, going out's fun and all that sort of shit, but I just know that New Year's Eve is the worst. It goes there, so I won't forget it. It's the worst time to go out, you know, out on the town. It's just the worst, because you're always gonna run into some fucking trouble. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I figured I'd just double check it. The brain's here, figured, alright, I'll just measure from the centre of that to that centre, and then I'll be able to assess taking off 160 mil from its, that one, yeah. Well, I managed to remember this sleeve thing, so that's good. It's like when you're doing, say, brake lines, or, you know, you're making up liney, hosey, fluidy thingy wingies. Same thing with air and stuff like that, and often you forget to put the fastener on the bloody thing in the first place. But, well, that's that sleeve idea, and it's looking like I cut it right. So I measured it like 5,000 times. I knew what to do, but I'm like, if I fuck that up, I'd be so pissed off, because all this time I put into it. Even if it doesn't work, I don't care, but all this time I put into it would sort of piss me off, because well, it's never going to work. But anyways, now we've got to find the positionings of its original position, and put a mark, and then we've got to put, right, okay. Right then, I was curious to see how far I can get this sleeve. I'm hoping just to get it just to there. We're getting there. Pin punch, humper dumper, making sure I'm not damaging the threads or anything like that for that piece. Yeah. No, I had to give it a bit of grayscale by the power of, but bloody hell, I have just made it. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's telling me that the gods are gearing up to get me again. That's why they've been good to me for a 2 weeks now. In fact, I looked over here to see the time at 6:39, and the chap that was interested in that repair project for a shamisen, he just bought that. So there you go. Didn't sell it for much, like $90 I think, and then you got to pay your fees and all that bullshit. But yeah, let's and that bloke came round earlier today. I have to pay for fees for the market day tomorrow, regardless of how we go. It's either, could be that one. It's around here somewhere. It could be that one, yeah. Anyways, oh, there you go. So things are, wow, yeah, the gods are gearing up, I can tell you. I mean, we're talking microns here. How can that be possible? Yeah, they're gearing up to get me. Right on, there's my centre, and I want that to be that way, and give that a bit of a bonky poos. And that looks relatively, a little bit more of a bonky poos. Yeah, I reckon, because I've got to get up real early. Yeah, there you go. Let me get up real early tomorrow. Well, I'll have to, I reckon I should just about end it for today. Although it's only, shit, it's not even, it's 6:45. Alright, I'll leave here at 7 then. Run that rig back to the ranch. I'm quite impressed with how things have progressed. Yes, I like this battery mesh, more expensive mesh, but I'm getting some of that sorted. I'll use this as a like double it up or something, and use this as some formulation of some shit out there. Right, let's plonk that up there and see if it's, I know it is, I just checked it like 10 times. It's got to be perfect. It's like my precision cutting. It's like, you know, something that a real professional, like a wino on crack would do. So that's good. And you saw my template maybe from the other day. I laser cut that, obviously. Right, let's have a look at the shower. Rightio, now we're looking at possibly, I've just got a few locators in at the moment. God, that weld looks good. From a distance, if you're a drunken wino and on the streets of Philadelphia. Alright, now, yeah, I've got some large self-tappers that'll do the job for that beautifully. I'm thinking, might be able to, like, because I've got to pull some reduction ideas or something, pull something out of my ass, but maybe go for another piping type thing like this. But I don't have, see, I'm trying to do everything as cheap as possible. I've bought a couple of self-tappers. oh, and that elbow and those two pieces there, see, so kind of, and fine, I think they bought that mesh. Yeah, you know, sort of want to try to do it on the total L cheaper junkyard. But you know what we find in the yard and all. This week on the colony, Vladimir starts bawling his eyes out, and people starting to realise he might be a bit of a nutter. He's been out in the field too long, and he really was in the Yugoslavian war or something like that. That show was freaking awesome, man. I don't know what this high-tech spacey-wacy thing is. But I wonder how close that is. If I could slit and clamp, I do have clamps, I did purchase those also. And then have a reduction thing there and put that bloody meshy, weshy, whatever they are. Look at this. There's Elon Musk sent me this thingy here, and he's like, "Darren, you reckon you can figure out what the bloody hell this is? We found it on Mars." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, it goes like this. Junkyard." I'm starting to like that Twitter thing. Haven't been on there long. Some people are saying, "Oh, can anyone see me?" And I sort of go, "Yeah, I can." And Muskie puts up his thoughts of the day or whatever it might be, and there's not too much like your notification-y type stuff, so it's pretty cool. Don't mind that. Let's have a look at that compared to that. But I don't really want to use this, but God, will someone please turn up that fucking song? If only that was longer. But that there might be some kind of standard. I was going to go, wasn't I? So I'm looking at this and 70-ish. Is it? I was looking at this going, oh yeah. Ow. But what if I went like... God, I wish that was longer. If that was like another half a metre, but we'll figure something out. So I might cut and shut this thing, and I reckon the aliens will be pissed off that we found it on Mars, and here's me turning it into a Thunderbox number 2, and that I can definitely clamp. I'll have to get another one, but yeah. Yeah, so I didn't really have to get this, or possibly, maybe, probably, no. I might be able to do something with that, and this fandangle space mechanism. If it's coming together. Right now, roll the me. I'm gonna go this time. Wash up, go. Stuck it. Captain's log. I went over there, the tunny fella said, I was looking at that piping he's got, with this, basketball ring thing with the pipe, and I was looking at that going, he's looking at me going, and then he goes, no, I can sell it or something, and maybe scrap it for decent money, scrap metal. And now that I've figured this bit out, I went over there and had a look at the inside dimensions of that thing, and I'm telling you, this is 70 and that's 78 OD and that's 68 ID, so it's close. I tell you, if I just went all toolmaker on this, got the grinder out, and then, might not even have to splice it, but either way, she knows. Yeah, great content, man. Could splice, God, if I only had more of that stuff. Splice and knock it on, as we did here. We, as in no one's watching this. But yeah, I reckon there's plenty of meat on this, so I could grind all this, fit her on, and that thing's crazy long. And Bob's your frickin' uncle, mate. Yeah, that'll work. Still gonna get smoky workers here. Still gonna make that door. That won't make it perfect, but I think we've got some sheet metal around and make it a bit longer. And there's in that box over there, I saw some brackets and things. I just want to have some more hinges. I'm bereft of hinges, but I know the gods will just go, here you go, because they're coming for me again, the bastard. Yeah, but no, I'm not going out on the town to get crazy. And 3 weeks later, waking up. No, I fuck it up every year. Well, quite a few times I haven't gone out on the New Year's, realising it's real bad. But I still sit there drinking and on the internet and just wasting all that time, and instead of doing fun shit. Yeah, fixing shit. Fixing shit's fun. Yeah, I think there was some sheet metal around here somewhere. I know there's some over there. I'm supposed to be going. Hang on a second, I'll put that right there. See, wouldn't this be a laugher? Over there with this thingy. There's rigs over there, and there's always puddles. The torch, the batteries were running low when I was walking over there. I was like, oh shit. I just decided to keep on going, but it was one of those situations. I can jump puddles. Wasn't that a book? Well, the day started off total shit, and things were just going all wrong all over the show, and then things sort of went great. So, much to my surprise. There you go. So, an early one on the morrow. So, got to get up there real early, and not really keen on getting up real early, especially when it's so cold. God. Right, that's the plan. Tunny fella wants to meet down that way pretty early, like 6:30 in the morning. It takes like 40 minutes at least to drive it, because we're in silly season. The morning times will be plenty of traffic. This particular evening, everyone's out and they're all wherever, right, and going to temples and stuff like that, and that's what the majority, I guess you could say, do. They go to temples and pray and all that stuff, and at midnight, you know, and right, then I will be in sleepy lap. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So there's nothing open. Right, so that's okay. There might be one or two things open, but I doubt it. Like the toll booth, unfortunately, will be open. I wouldn't mind hopping on the big monstrosity, because I've had a long bloody day, haven't I? That's good. So I'll bomb out early and be up early and feeling alright. Yeah. Hopefully tomorrow goes great. Who knows? Who knows? That's the interesting thing about my existence. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? Yeah. It's amazing that it's alright this time of night, eh? It's amazing that I've got the window down, and fair enough, I've got a beanie and a jacket and all, but the weather is just remarkable at this time of year. But sometimes, like this, the cold snap, when it comes, and it just stays for months. But bloody, it does. Yeah, so as I say, just from experience, that it makes for bloody good footage. New Year's Eve is the worst time to go out. Yeah, it's the most dangerous time to go out. It's the worst time to go out. But yeah, it makes for excellent internet footage. Yeah, oh yes it does. Is that the Mooney Poos coming up over there? Or? Yeah, because it's only still pretty early. Yeah, that'll be the Mooney Poos coming up. So, there we go. People are rushing to get into town and do all that bull dust. 7:45. That's good. I've had a full day. Probably hit the sack around 11. I've got to get up real early. So that's good for me, you know. The amount of times I've just gone, yeah, this year, winter time, I'm not going to fuck it all up, and then, you know, I go for like a month of just sprawling out and throwing up all over myself. You know, I end up just shivering and shaking and just, yeah, it can get real bad. But nah, this is I'm excited about these new projects. Yeah, so I'm going to hold to that. Yeah, that people flying into Fukuoka at this time of court date, and they'll probably have to rush into town to go get on the wild side. But at least in Japan it doesn't get too crazy. But in the West, especially like the States and say Canada or something, you got all the whack jobs that are on, you know, and the Nutbush city limit people. They've been on antidepressants for the last freaking, you know, 20 years or something. And imagine how many pills have been distributed by Big Pharma. Yeah, antidepressants and shit, and all these cocktails of drugs and all the rest of it that comes into play in the silly season. Oh, it makes for some good footage. A lot of that footage you'll never see on mainstream media. Oh no. Gotta rumble. God, some of the shit you see. And they're not even the bad websites, you know. The bad websites, I don't go to them anymore. Just like, nah, that's just too, like, there's awful, and then there's super awful, and then there's the dark web, and, you know, fuck all that. You know. Yeah, fuck all that. There we go. In the city. See, this area, someone was saying, some meme or something like that was recently posted. It's like, you know, you're getting older when you say things like, I used to see like rice fields, or I used to see paddocks or something over there. I used to see cows over there, you know. And but everyone like knows that I live in this area. That must be why they keep putting up more freaking infrastructure around here. It's got to be. For what other reason, eh? Oh, that came as a bit of a surprise. The old rely on the old directs. So I just checked my main supermarket, and they're actually open too. So it's tomorrow when everything goes to Bizarro World. Should have had another bit here. Get over here. I might have to do some scorpion with 2 hands.
In the worlds before Monkey, primal chaos reigned. Heaven sought order, but the phoenix can fly only when its feathers are grown.
Well, that was interesting. I thought these guys were going to be open till 10, but nah, they are. Oh, shit. I figure a couple of glasses of vodka will do me, and that'll help me bomb out, you know. And so probably the mind might be really active, sort of, and sometimes that happens, and then you sort of get a rough sleep. And those blokes, they're all, I had 2 minutes to go, and I hear this dung 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 dung, the Old Lang Syne, and that's what they play when they're closing, and I'm like, shit, are you closing? And he goes, and there was a few guys out the front there, like, yeah. And I go, and I had a choice: the boozer to get a bottle of vodka, or go down here, or go in and get like something to munch on. And I go, oh shit, and then I saw this really cool guy in that works in the boozer, and I run over there and I go, right, I want to get vodka, but I don't want to drink it straight. I'll get some orange juice, a couple of glasses, because I'm getting up early tomorrow. And he goes, no worries. And they're laughing. I run back to the other guys and I go, we've got 2 minutes, right? Because I checked my clock thing, right, the phone. And they go, yeah, you okay? And as I run in there, and there was an old guy just perusing the potato chips, and he's like, la 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 la. So I figured I can ease up a bit, and so that was cool. And we had a good laugh about. I said, shit, if I didn't get the orange juice, just straight vodka, and I made a wonky walk. I said, Ashtar. Everyone laughed over that. They're good people, man. You know, real good people. And there's the other supermarket there, and so, you know, and rightly so, you know, they get to close early on the New Year's, but it's quite amusing how I had 2 minutes, but there's an old bloke in there. He probably doesn't recognise, same as me. I thought they were going to be open till freaking 10, but they're still open too. So who knows what's going on there. Woo. Alright, I figured the last resort I could go possibly to the 7-Eleven. They might be like open later than general, but sometimes they close too. But I don't know if it's till, well, I don't know what time. So they're taking down some things now. So yeah. So I was like, shit, what am I going to do? I've got 2 minutes, but at least I'll be able to bomb out, and then I can, get up on the morrow. I'm going to cook a bunch of that chicken that's in the fridge, and I bet those frickin' cats will be around again. What do you do, mate? What do you do? Oh well, night. See you on the morrow.
Elemental forces caused the egg to hatch. From it then came a stone monkey. The nature of monkey was irrepressible.